Hey there, welcome to our 2 o'clock hour. Alex here, back at the Egyptian Theater with our 2 o'clock hour update and continue to just be amazed at the generosity that keeps coming in. We are currently at $21,865 from 114 donors. Absolutely amazing. Cannot thank you enough. Want to thank our donors here over the last hour. Deanna Cada, Herb and Linda Holderman, Mary McGinn, Linda Hanold, Brian Mann, an anonymous donor, Kimberly Zietler, an anonymous donor, Sharon Rhodes, Susan Hughes, Lois and Bob Self, and a new one, a first for us, Blanche, the Chia Pet, Devereaux, if I pronounce that correctly, and do need to read their little comment that they put in here. And well, I do declare that the Egyptian Theater is doing great things. Keep growing those donations like hair keeps growing on this Chia Pet head of mine. So we have officially had our first Chia Pet donation.
Blanche, you've got me all in a tizzy. I'm just so excited.
So thank you so much to all of those donors out there, all of the dogs, cats, turtles, and now Chia Pets that have donated. We are having a blast watching all of your comments and donations coming in today. Again, currently at $21,865 raised. Our goal currently is $25,000, and we feel pretty strong with your generosity and support throughout the rest of the day. Again, you've got till midnight tonight to donate. So our special guest this hour has a lot to talk about with Janine, so we're going to head right on over to our interview this hour.
Thank you, Alex, and I'm here with this hour's special guest, the Executive Director of the DeKalb Chamber of Commerce, Matt Duffy. Thank you, Matt, for being here today. Just want to start off by introducing yourself and telling us what you do at the DeKalb Chamber of Commerce.
Sure, thanks for having me. Yeah, my name is Matt Duffy. I'm the Executive Director for the DeKalb Chamber. Right now, we're obviously working our way through the fun times of today, but we're making the most of it. We're having a lot of fun doing some Zoom meetings and caffeine connections and trivia nights and all kinds of fun things that we've had over the past few weeks, and continue to build on and have some fun to connect our members. Dine Out DeKalb, we've got I Love Local, DeKalb Loves Local, Keep Calm Moments. There's a lot of things going on right now that we're trying to make sure that our businesses can still thrive, or at least try to make it through this as best they can, and in some cases adjust their business model a little bit to make it through this time, as well as maybe additional opportunities going forward.
Yeah, like you said, it's definitely unprecedented times right now, but keeping busy in a different way. So can you talk a little bit about, we are a nonprofit here and obviously right in downtown, how the chamber is adjusting to help those local small businesses, especially around the county?
Sure. Like I said, we're trying to utilize technology as much as we can to connect, but also just trying to remind people that during the, when the times everything's going well, you tend to rely on some of these small businesses, nonprofits, different organizations to come through for you, whether it's for your team, for your fundraiser, for whatever it is that you may have going on. You're relying on these places. Hey, Egyptian Theater donated some tickets for a prize for one of our raffle items that really helped us. So we want to make sure that we're here to help these small businesses and nonprofits during this challenging time as well. So we're trying to be creative, and we're trying to make sure that these businesses are still top of mind, even though you may not be walking by them or visiting them in the traditional meetings.
Very well said. And yeah, we have felt your guys' love. We have felt your guys' support, joined you guys in some of those Zoom calls and caffeine connections. And one of those has been, hashtag look forward, looking forward to getting back to normalcy. Just to kind of touch on that a little bit, can you, describe at a look forward moment of what it's like, what the downtown vibe is like when we have, 1,400 people coming into this building here at the Egyptian?
Sure. It's always great to see, traffic in downtown. The restaurants are full, the retail shops are full, people walking down the street. Anytime there's events and activities going on, it's always, great for the downtown DeKalb area. And the Egyptian Theater is one of those driving forces. One of those places where when there's something going on there's a lot of traffic. People are going before a show to get something to eat, stop in that shop they've been meaning to stop in and check out, going to the confectionery and grabbing some chocolate, whatever it might be. they're taking this time to visit those places that you were too busy to maybe before. But once you have that reason to go down there, you get a chance to explore all the great shops and stores and restaurants and things that DeKalb has to offer. So it's really a great reason to go downtown, and once you get down there, you find more reasons to stay downtown.
Yeah, absolutely. We have so many people that come through our doors that we always ask the question, who's here for the first time? And we try to, talk with these people as they're leaving. And we always get such great compliments of, our shops downtown, our restaurants downtown, the free parking, just the availability to come out and have a great night. And some of the events we have in here are partners with you guys. We have Candidates Night, Santa Comes to Town, outside our doors with the farmers market. Can you talk about the strengths of having, a robust downtown that we can collaborate with the chamber and have these great events?
Sure. I mean, it's in every community the downtown is a vital part of the community, and when you have an asset, and using the Egyptian as an example, that you can drive people in, like I was talking about. And being creative. I mean, I'll give an example. A number of years back, it's almost 10 years, actually been over 10 years ago now, we actually had our DeKalb Chamber annual dinner on the stage of the Egyptian Theater. We had 200 people on the stage of the Egyptian Theater for an event. And it's just a unique use of that facility. There used to be things like the haunted house that was done down there that drew people down there. So it's a resource not just for the traditional uses, but for meetings, for candidates nights, for shows, for launches, for like I said, our annual dinner, fundraisers. The kids get a chance to come in. I know my kids have been there for their school. They've done a trip there to get a chance to see performances or movies. We've seen Jack Hanna there. We've seen plenty of shows there. It's just such a great asset to have in the local community that most communities don't have, at least not to this extent. A lot of communities have certain things, but not something like this. It's not something so unique, and it's fun to come up with different uses for it. And it's obviously busy by itself, but when you come up with additional community ways of using it, it just really adds to the asset that it is to our community.
Yeah, and community, that's a great word, because yes, we do feel, we get the big shows, we get the Scotties and, the Chris Jansens, but the community part is really what is true to our mission. And today, as a nonprofit during Give DeKalb County, we are fundraising for part of this expansion, which is the carpeting. And you guys really helped us push this expansion. You guys wrote us a letter of recommendation to help us get the funding through City Council. And can you talk about how the restaurants and stores and you guys all came together and said, it's time for 12 months. It's time for us to have the Egyptian Theater open year round, and what kind of impact that's going to have shows here in the summertime.
Absolutely. Well, and I talked about how the downtown area would be thriving when there's activities going on. So when you have that gap of time during the summer months, when you don't have that, or you talk about the different sizes of the shows that you can bring in when you make some of these changes and improvements, that just adds to it that much more. I mean, there was not 10, 11 plus years ago when I started at the chamber, we did not have the schedule at the Egyptian Theater was not near what it is today and will continue to be. And I know that the restaurants, the shops, the stores, everything in downtown always says that they see a spike when there's a large event at the Egyptian Theater or an event of any sort. And you talk about there's a variety. There's the community events that brings the community down there and great use of it. But there's outside events that brings in people from around the area that maybe would never come to downtown DeKalb to these shops or restaurants, but they're coming to see a show that they had really wanted to see, these larger acts that you're talking about. They'll come to see that, and while they're there, they'll find their favorite. Wow, I didn't realize that restaurant was down here was so good. I stopped at the Hillside. I went and had a drink at the Hometown. I stopped and had a beer at Byers. I went and shopping at Cracker Jacks. These hidden gems that are down there that people don't get a chance to see because they're from the outside. Maybe that's not in their normal places that they would go, but because they came to a show at the Egyptian, then they explored those areas, and now it's maybe a place that they'll remember and a place that they'll come back to.
Well, we're certainly excited to see the downtown hustling and bustling again, and we know during this time and even before and after, we know that we felt this wheel of love and support from the downtown, and the chamber is kind of at the center hub of that wheel to support. So why today should people support nonprofits, especially one like the Egyptian Theater?
Well, it's one of those things that you don't realize what all they do until you don't have them. or you don't have them to the level that you'd expect. And a lot of people maybe in a position where they don't utilize all these nonprofits, so they're not really sure. But I guarantee you, once you've used one or seen a family member, a friend, a neighbor, or somebody that has utilized these, then they really get a true taste as to how valuable they are. I've always said we're very, very fortunate to have a very philanthropic community and a very strong nonprofit community. And giving today is the reason that these things can happen. And the opportunity to do it, to really show your support again at the time of need. These are the organizations that are helping us when we need things as a community. And now you get a chance to give back and support that. And sometimes you get reached out to a lot of different ways throughout the course of the year, and you feel like you're always getting asked. By having Give DeKalb County, you have that chance to make a contribution and say, this is what I think I can do, and divide it up to the organizations that you feel are that need that help and that you would like to support. And as long as you're doing your part, whatever that is, then you're helping to support this cause and to support the local nonprofit community.
Agreed. And like you said, whatever part that is, whatever, $1, $100, any donation is helping these nonprofits. So thank you, Matt, for taking the time to talk with us today. Any last words before we throw it back to Alex?
Just thanks for having me, and I look forward to being back at the Egyptian, sitting in there watching a performance show or something, whether it's with me or my wife, my family, whatever, to appreciate it. And it'll be nice when there's air conditioning and many more bathrooms and all these other assets too. So I look forward to seeing those, not just virtually, but in person.
We too. We can't wait to see people not via screen. So thank you, Matt. That again was Matt Duffy with the DeKalb Chamber, and we're going to throw it back to Alex in the studio.
Thank you so much, Janine, and a big thank you to Matt Duffy for joining us this hour. Again, Executive Director of the DeKalb Chamber of Commerce. We absolutely love working with them and all of our different partnerships that we have with them. So we're going to be wrapping up this hour. Donations have gone up again. We are currently at $22,065. We're well on our way to meeting our new goal of $25,000. Make sure you keep tuning in every hour at the top of the hour all the way till 9 p.m. tonight. We'll continue coming to you live here on Facebook and then posting these to our YouTube page. Just a reminder, we've got more announcements coming up later this afternoon in terms of some challenges with donations. And we've got a very special announcement coming at 9 p.m. tonight that you're not going to want to miss out, along with a lot of other special guests coming later. So make sure to go to lightscameradonate.org. Make your donation online. Every donation made on that site through midnight tonight on May 7th will be proportionally matched by the bonus pool that is well over $110,000 at this point. So thank you to our donors, and we will see you at the next hour at 3 p.m.